guys, I don't even know where to begin, but I'm really worried. Also, I don't even know if I should be worried. And unfortunately, my child is not always truthful. I think I've mentioned that before. But you can't ignore things just because someone tends to cry wolf. Being a special needs mother is really hard because you can't tell if something is really a special need or not. There are signs that a neurotypical child would give you. There are things neurotypical children don't want or don't seek. No, normally, a totally okay person doesn't harm themselves just to get attention. That is a level, there's a level of disorder. Yes, there's a level of disorder in that. Like it's Munchausen disease, Munchausen syndrome, Munchausen, whatever, I don't know what it is, whether it is a disease or disorder or a syndrome, but there's Munchausen, and Munchausen by proxy, where the mother will then hurt the child, make them sick so that they get attention. So there is that, and that is not normal. It is not typical. So we have to help each other, don't we? We have to give the good with the bad, don't we? So this is my plea to God: help me. Lord, help me. And I hope if you are in this situation that you also get the help you need, and I hope you get it faster than I'm getting it. Because for me, it's a disease by exclusion, in a sense. Only by excluding everything will I know whether it's malingering that's going on or if there's something really organic or psychiatric going on. So I mentioned in a recent video how my daughter was unable to track, but I hadn't tied it in with other issues that I think I did mention. So she wasn't able to track, and yet she'd been able to do something even more difficult that required tracking. Like, she could track a smaller bead even up to here. She could keep her eyes focused, and then they would start fading. Her eyes, there's a reason we're doing vision therapy. So I know not to expect perfect eyes that follow everything. That's not her strength. But we were working on it, and we were getting somewhere. And then suddenly last week, and that's the thing, I don't know that a young child would know to fake that. So that's the question. What is what? I don't know how to tell. But if it's real, then it is worrying. Let me just go and check on the door quickly. All right. So I mentioned that my daughter can't track a large object, which she could definitely do before, and her eyes just went off. Then I was trying to read with her or do her normal school. And the thing is, she's always not wanted to do school. I have mentioned that too. So that's the thing now. Is she trying to get out of school, or is she really struggling? And is her struggling getting worse? As in, is she actually struggling more to see, and that is why she's even more vocal against school? There's also that. Because she's almost 10, and she words like shade, lake, all typical 10-year-olds, especially in other countries. Here in South Africa, our children apparently in the normal school system can't read. So there's for meaning, that's a different story. But her older siblings, I told you, they could read at age 4 and 3, and by age 5 and 6, they were reading lake and even harder words. So we were reading lake, shade, and it was almost like half the word was gone, completely gone. Completely. It was a slight difference to the normal reading struggle, but it was very loud. Slight, but significant. It was like, really, the half of the word was gone. And when you put it together with her not being able to keep track of a large object and just bouncing around, it makes you worry. So there's that. The vision is weird. And she was reading, not following the line as she would, even her kind of line. Because sometimes she would go down instead of going across, but now she was just all over the place. And I actually gave up. I said, okay, let's stop. And we've never in all our history needed to stop a school lesson. So that also in itself was significant because I didn't want to cause her more trauma. I don't know what other word to use, but more stress by showing her that, girlfriend, there's something very wrong with you. How can you not read these simple words which you have been able to read all along? And that's the thing. It wasn't new words. But mesh, she was saying men. That's it. It's just like that. Like she knew, okay, me doesn't exist. There is a word here, but she was reading men, mess, messes. I was like, how can you not have the word mesh? And I was asking her, what letters are these? And she knows letters. She will say A and B or C, D, And she was saying, I thought, huh? What letters are these, Marissa? Oh, it's sh. Okay, yes, she said it, but it's like her thinking is off. And I'll show you these videos. This was yesterday. But before I show you the videos, okay, I'll explain. After this struggling with this puzzle, which she has done before, months ago, without the struggle, she only missed out. It was only, like, she did the whole puzzle. She didn't even miss out anything except for one piece that was missing. But then we found it. But she had done this puzzle perfectly a few months ago. This is actually it. Didn't I say in my other video, it's like my children are regressing. That was my son, but her, it's even worse. She could do this puzzle. It's a large puzzle, but it's more how she speaks. It's not how she normally speaks. I sent the puzzle video to my friend, to my husband. He didn't watch, but my friend was like, why is she not talking like her normal self? This isn't the Marissa I know. And I thought, exactly, I'm not the only one. The tone, the cadence, everything was off for who we know her, for how we know her speech. And she's sitting there with my daughter, her sister, Eliora, and she keeps she keeps referring to her sister as she. But she's telling me to do this, but she's making it difficult, and she keeps messing up my puzzle. That also alarmed my friend too. She even asked me, who is the she she's talking about? I assume she thought that's, who is the she? Because my daughter was there. You could see her skirt and her knee. And she wasn't making things harder. She was actually trying to help her with the puzzle. But the I thing, and then when you combine it with the weird tone of voice and the struggling she was having and the words, the reasons she was giving for struggling with the puzzle, I don't think she's sophisticated enough to malinger in that way. Yes, she was upset. That's the other thing. I will be transparent. She was upset that only her brother went to the doctor yesterday. And that is the problem. I always need to balance both. I can't just be like, oh, my daughter's sick. She could be not sick. She could just be wanting to go. But I don't think she would sit there and think, okay, if I pretend I can't do this puzzle, then mom will take me to the doctor. What she can do and what she did do was the knee that was operated on this year. The day she heard that her brother was going to the doctor last week, she comes in the evening and she has picked the skin from that wound, and it was now kind of wet. And my teen also got taken in and said, oh no, what if it's infected? And I thought, nah, my daughter has before picked and scratched herself. So even before medication, so that isn't even a medication side effect. So I just thought, okay, so I pretended to my daughter that I'd take it seriously. So I said, okay, let's put a plaster on. Let's put some antibiotic cream on it, which we do have lying around, so it's not a waste. So I said, let's put it on. And then we'll watch it. That's what I told her. So I guess it wasn't like pretending I'm taking it seriously. I was being serious, but I knew that I have doubts. I was skeptical. And then the next day, I then said, well, I've cancelled my son's appointment. And I had, because I wanted him to go get his blood tested just to check his iron levels. And we cancelled that. But then on Monday this week, I had to make another appointment, which was yesterday, because we found on Sunday what I believed was probably eczema, like all over his torso. So I mean, he dresses up in his own room, so I don't see him. He's old enough to bath on his own, so I don't see him. So yeah, that's when I made the appointment. And so yes, she could have been upset that now he's going to the doctor, but then why didn't she then reopen up her knee? Amy, where should that part go that you're holding?
This one. Inside here.
Why must it go inside
see,
there?
Look, this part has it, and then you turn it around, and then it's the same. But she keeps putting her fingers down so that I cannot. When this part is supposed to go here, because it's a flat edge.
But isn't this side also flat? The one you're holding, doesn't it also have a flat edge? So can it go in the middle?
It doesn't rhyme.
It doesn't rhyme
at all.
Okay, can you put it on the other edges? There are many other edges, Michael, that it can go in, that you can try.
And there is no clue because they are all sandy. They are all brown.
Yes. Okay. So you have that, and it's right, correct? Okay. So what are you doing now?
I need to take this one off, and then put. See, that's why, because it is. That one was difficult to take off because maybe it is the wrong one.
But did the other one not fit part of the bird?
Huh? The part of it?
The bird. The part that you took out matched.
This one.
Which one did you just take out?
This one? I don't know. I forgot. And because these ones, see, she said that this one had a clue because it has the bird's hair.
Yes.
And these ones have no more clues.
Okay. So yes, when I first cancelled the doctor, she never complained again about her knee. And the next day when I took off the plaster, it was closed again. It was healing. There was no infection. So yes, I know my angel malingers. But this video is not the norm. And a child will normally fake sickness. My tummy is sore, physiological problems. But this very Saturday afternoon, she says to me, Mom, how do I stop the devil from squeezing my brain? He keeps squeezing and squeezing our heads and it really hurts. And I thought, okay, here we go. It's getting worse. In my previous video, I mentioned that she saw my dead father carving on the wall. And I mentioned that she heard a voice and she obeyed the voice. So I thought, okay, now it's building. The hallucination is now becoming some kind of tactile hallucination. I don't know if that's even possible, but apparently it can. It can affect all 5 senses when you have some kind of psychotic or whatever break or schizophrenia or hallucination. It can affect all your senses. So your touch can also be impacted and you can feel it. So she said the devil is squeezing her brain and it really hurts. So I said to her, well, tell me when he does it again. And I left it at that. And then her brother says, no, well, he doesn't do that to me. See, I live in a house with my little 9-year-old. Well, he'll be 9 in September. He's not even skeptical. He just takes everything and believes it all. So he believes. And so yesterday she said, after this puzzle problem, she came to my room and she said he's doing it again. He's there and she can see his hands and he's squeezing her head. So I started recording and I said, pardon? And she said, my head stuck. Pardon?
It feels like the devil is squeezing my head now.
Why?
Because something is sharp.
There's something sharp in your head?
Yes, with something squeezing it like this.
Right now?
Yes. No, like this, and then...
Is it happening right now as
Yes.
you're talking to me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Oh. So it's like he's got a vice in... Sorry. Yeah, but I will just use her terminology. It's like he's squeezing and squeezing and it's pulsating pain. And then I got really scared. Because I thought, what if it's actually not schizophrenia, which is a mental thing, but what if it's physiological? What if there's actually something organic going on in her brain? I don't know. Tumor? I don't know. viral encephalitis. I don't know what encephalitis does, but is there autoimmune encephalitis too? But there are brain issues that can come and brain diseases that can come and wreak huge havoc. And I got scared. So I texted the doctor and I emailed and I sent the videos and I said, okay, we need to make a plan for this child because this is not normal. And they phoned and they said, okay, doctor hasn't yet watched the videos, he hasn't seen the email yet, but we are concerned here in the office. So we'll make an appointment for her for Friday. I was like, Friday is so far away. This is Monday. Then when she said this, I said, Friday is so far away. So I go Monday afternoon, to take my son for his already planned appointment for his skin. And while we're sitting there, the admin lady talks to someone on the phone and she says, oh, you'd like an appointment for your child? Okay. How about tomorrow, meaning today, at 4:00? And I thought, excuse me? What happened to we can only squeeze my daughter in on Friday? Why is there suddenly now a Tuesday appointment at 4:00? Did something else get cancelled and you just forgot? And then she adds, but we can also phone you if there's a cancellation. That was when I thought, here we go again. The same pediatrician's office that I've complained about before. Why the difference in treatment? Why wasn't I offered the choice of also being phoned if there's a cancellation for my daughter? I mean, I'm worried about her brain. I even stated it could be her medication. Something is wrong. Is it her medication? Can we get an MRI or a CT scan for her brain? Or if nothing is wrong, can we then please get her to see a psychiatrist? Because all of this stuff is bad, whatever it is. Schizophrenia is dangerous, very dangerous to the person. And I do worry because you can then hurt other people too. So I am now looking for someone who will help us. I phoned 2 places, there was no answer. Great, there we go again. And so this is where I've come to vent. Something is wrong with my child. She's seeing things, hearing things, feeling things. And when I told my husband yesterday, because he came back and he asked, so what's the plan for her? Which he doesn't normally do. He's one of those super relaxed dads. You have to be really dying before he really worries. So when he asked what's the plan, he said he only watched the video where she was saying her head is studying. And he said she said that before to him, that there's something squeezing and thudding and hurting her brain. And he figured she hasn't got the right terminology. She doesn't have the phrasing to say I've got a headache. So he assumed it was a headache, which of course it is. So the question is there some kind of horrible migraine that she's having? And so today she said she sees blue hands, the devil's blue hands coming, and he's got red nails. And she also said that to someone else. So I am very sure that I know that's not how the devil works. This I know is something happening with the brain. So I told her she must always tell me. The person she told us said, oh, you must pray. But when you're having an hallucination, and that's the thing, when you are having an hallucination, praying will not get rid of it. And that's the message I don't want my child to have, that, oh, if I pray and God doesn't take it away, then God hates me. So I've never told her to pray it away because unfortunately disease doesn't work that way. It needs a real cure. So I'll play you the rest of the little snippets and then I'll leave it there. It's insane. Life just gets worse, doesn't it? That's the way we're going. Everything's getting worse. America's future. I don't even want to go there, but I do know what's going on in America, and there's a reason people didn't have that guy, didn't vote for him to be president. The other time he is crass and he says gross things about grabbing women by the whatever. But Biden, he wasn't okay anyway. Yeah, so I know everyone, the situation gets worse, and when presidents become bad, it affects the whole country. And I know they've got issues and border issues and what. So everything is bad, I know. But when your child is manifesting sickness like this, It's also bad for me. So this is my Lord help me video, and I hope to come back with a very quick and easy solution. I can't wait. I would be happy if she came back and actually said, Mom, I was faking all of that. I'm sorry. That would be the best outcome. Truly, that would be the best. Sorry, I didn't have that. Okay, so he's dancing in your dreams.
With red hair and red fingernails and the orange top.
Okay.
And we were sitting in the car.
When you're sitting in the car, were you awake?
That.
When you were awake?
We collecting Ella.
When you're fetching Ella on Sunday after the dog thing, when she went to the dog place.
Yes, when we were coming back from fetching Ella.
He was in the car.
Yes.
Where was he sitting? Was he sitting, standing?
He was on the road running. And doing that.
Was he running to you or away? In front of the car, behind the car, next to the car?
I was at the back. I was at the back seat on the left side.
He was on the
and
left?
And then he was doing like that and running so that he could see me, and then disappeared. And he came back in the car and then pointed to a tree.
Why were you meant to look at the tree?
Yes,
why?
I did.
Do you know why he pointed?
When he pointed at a bird.
In the tree?
Yes.
That was strange, hey?
Yes.
Okay, so that was on Sunday?
On Sunday, yes.
Okay, and then
he was sitting by himself in the tree.
So we had an orange top, and what else?
And I was in the tree when my car was like the doctor.
Yesterday?
Yes. I was sitting and I was climbing that wall thing.
That side. Oh, okay, by the window.
Yes, that wall thing. And then he saw the orange and he said, "Eat that orange."
What orange?
The orange on the floor.
Was there an orange on the floor?
Yes.
Who put the orange there?
He.
When Mickey was at the doctor?
Yes.
Why weren't you in your room? Were you not in your room?
No, when they came back from the walk.
Oh, in the afternoon when the kids were in the bath?
Yes, and he was gone.
Okay. But he's gone today, right? The devil is gone today?
No, not really.
What do you mean? Why not really?
I could see him standing and he's tall.
Where is he standing now?
Now, and he has locks. Red locks. And he disappears and then sometimes you just see his hands.
Okay, and you said what? You said his hands look like what?
They are blue.
They are blue.
His wrists and his hands are blue. His fingernails are red.
That's what you said earlier on.
And I told Auntie Violet that.
Pardon?
And I told Auntie Violet that too.
So what did she say?
She says, if he comes again, then I must pray. And that's what my dreams are all about these days.
So he's in your dreams and he's also in real life?
Yes, in real life. It's so scary.
Is it scary?
And I can feel him sometimes.
You can feel him?
Yes.
Yesterday you said you had a headache in the morning. Do you remember?
It's from him.
It was from him?
Yes.
So how do you feel now, right now?
Annoyed.
You're annoyed, eh?
Yes.
What part is annoying?
The squeezing.
The squeezing?
Yes.
When did you start seeing him? Do you remember what happened the first time you saw him? When he first came?
I saw him when we were taking Ella to the dog place. And at first I should just ignore it. Then when I was coming back, I suddenly felt unhappy. And I was thinking about weird things.
You were thinking about weird things?
Yes.
Like
I forgot
what?
what was in the car.
And you forgot what was in the car?
That I was in the car.
And you forgot you were in the car?
Yes.
Okay. On Sabbath, on Saturday, you said that he comes and squeezes your brain, your head. That was before. Okay, so on Sunday you started seeing him. And before that, you could only feel him.
Yes, you can only feel it.
You were only feeling it when you were asking me how to stop him.
Squeezing my head.
Do you remember asking me that? Yes, you asked me how
Yes.
to stop him squeezing your head. So you hadn't seen him yet? Yeah, because you didn't tell me you saw him. You just said you felt him.
Yes, I could only feel him then on Saturday, on day one. Then
Sunday.
Sunday I saw his hands. I said, they were real. I asked, whose hands were those? And Nini said, no one's hands.
Nelo said it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm doing iPad with her.
When you were doing iPad with Nelo?
On Sunday, when we were done taking Ella.
Okay. And then, okay. Interesting, eh?
And I tried to take a picture of it, but in the picture, I could not see him, but in my real life, I could.
Do you have it on? Do you know what? Okay, I'll go check the photos and so I can see what time. All right. Okay. Thank you. You must keep telling us, okay?
Why?
So that we can remember it to tell the doctor. You want to finish the puzzle?
Yes.
Okay. How's it going, miss?
Bad.
Bad. You're struggling. Okay, what's the problem? Okay, I see their problem. Okay, stop. You see, you put that one that you're holding down at the bottom. Look at it. Move your hand quickly. I want to see something. You were putting it. See, it does belong with that bottom part because it's all got a brown.
A brown?
Then,
Brown?
Yeah, that's the bottom. That's the bottom color on the puzzle. Whatever that beigey thing is.
Did someone break it?
What color is this thing at the bottom of the puzzle?
Black.
Okay, and this color?
Blue.
And this color?
Blue.
This color is blue. And this one?
Black.
This one is black. All of this.
And brownish?
Yes, yeah, it is. It looks like a bit of a branch. So it belongs somewhere. What about, could we move it here? Would that work? Would that work?
Yes. But the body is missing.
Is it not one of these pieces?
I found it.
Thank you, Mickey. Now you can take your one.
He's done. He's so done.
Yes, he is. Do you remember yesterday you said you were able to do this puzzle?
Yes, I did. Last week I was able to do it.
And also some months ago when I first bought it, you were also able to do it very fast. Do you remember that? So I think that's why we must go see a doctor. Because there's a problem somewhere,
It's
hey?
the people.
It's the people.
Yes,
Which
they
peop-
did something wrong.
Which people are these?
The builders. The people who made the puzzle.
Okay, so why were you... Okay, wait. The people who made the puzzle, I brought the puzzle home, right?
Yes.
And you were able to build it, to put it
I
together.
think you put a different one. Or did they iron this?
Pardon?
Did they iron this?
Did they iron it?
Yes.
So you think I changed it when you said you think I brought a different one?
Yes. This is because wasn't the last time it was a different board?
It was.
This with a different colored piece.
Yeah, it was the same. This is the screensaver she put on her iPad. None of the educational apps we use have anything like this. It's not anything we would ever put on. It's just Starfall and Khan Kids Academy. And also, the other things are blocked. They can't get online. Even when they try to, it alerts me and then I don't allow them to. I showed her brother and he's like, he's never seen the one she plays with the most, Micaiah. And he said he's never seen anything like that before, so he doesn't know where she got the idea from. I asked her, and she said she doesn't know where she's got the idea from. She's not seen any drawing like this. I don't know. It's all just, if this is a con, she's the greatest con artist ever. If this is what she's seeing in her dreams and in reality, it's scary. No wonder she's scared. And I just can't get through to any help. For medical aid to pay for an MRI or a brain scan, CT scan, you have to have it asked for, requested, referred by a specialist. So I can't go to the GP. I need to get a pediatrician, and pediatric neurologists are even harder to get hold of. They're months away. So I'm stuck and I'm desperate. Wow, people, I didn't know a day couldn't get any worse. When I started noticing yesterday that my daughter was losing it, my mind just shut off. I couldn't handle just random chatter. I'm one of those people who's very, I don't know, I'm bad. I really can't handle trivial things when there's something really bad going on. And I don't mean my health, that it's a fact of life. I have to deal with the increase in pain. But when it comes to my child, my mind then just becomes, I can't think. It's about my children. Anyway, today, after I posted that first part that you'll have seen, I went out into the garden because just to go see the children. And oh yes, I've been counting the ironing. I've been folding, ironing, and so I added one more thing to the ironing load. And I heard crying, so I went to go check. My 4-year-old, who talks quite a bit, she was crying, and she cried because when they were jumping on the trampoline, they bumped each other with her twin, who doesn't really talk. And my poor girl said sorry, and that set her sister off. And she pushed her on her chest, and she landed on her bum, thankfully still in the trampoline, but the shock and betrayal. But why would she hurt me? That is what made my poor girl cry. And I'm so thankful for having this as my medium. Some things I can't write because my hands are so cold and stiff. And you can speak, and I can speak fully, and I know maybe today, maybe in 2 years' time, there will be a parent in my shoes who also just wishes someone could understand the feeling of having to keep your children safe from your own child, and the child is only 4 years old. What does that mean for the future? And that's where I am today. Everything is piling on top of everything, and I'm only human. I can't bear it all. I'm not in that space. Something is terribly wrong with my children. My body is failing me. I'm not in that space. And so here I can just have my monologue, and no one will come and show me insensitivity. And also I know that those who do love me are also watching, and I appreciate them. There's one lady, I didn't tell her what my worry was because it was her day. She is strong. I had a friend who failed her driver's license test 9 times, and she just kept going, and finally she passed. That victory for me was the sweetest victory ever. I still feel happier for her than I felt for my son, who passed his drivers the first time, there's just something about when you've struggled to pass and then you finally do. It's like, wow, you are brave and courageous to keep going. And so she asked, how are the children? I wanted you to know that I passed. And because I do ask her, when is the next exam? How are you feeling? Are you gonna try again? Please let me know so I can pray for you. She didn't tell me. Letitia, you didn't tell me so I can pray for you. But that's because she doesn't want to burden me. So those people, those sisters who know struggle, who check on me, so I know they're also watching, and I didn't tell them. I can't face WhatsApp right now. It's just full of... So there's one person who did ask, and I did answer her. And yeah, this is where we are. I haven't heard back from any pediatrician. They're still not answering. Even the third doctor's not answering. I don't know. My daughter's asking for pain medication for the headache. So I said, okay, I'll give you. But if it's something different to just a pure headache, it won't help. But it will help, I guess, maybe. But we know that it's bigger than that. But I have impressed upon her that she better be telling the truth. She must. All right, guys, signing off. I don't like this life. I really don't. How in the world do I keep my children safe from their sister? I can't be there 24/7. And as I keep saying, even a healthy mother can't be there 24/7. Please keep praying for me. And I'll pray for you, your nieces and nephews, your husbands who've got those things that we're waiting CT scans for. We'll keep praying for each other, guys. Thank you for listening. I hope this is audible.